Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Now this is a list of all the irrefutable laws that it takes to become a good, effective leader, all broken down to the individual laws. So the law that I want to focus on today is the law of addition. Now this is about understanding how leaders add value by serving others. So it's understanding that the servant leadership mentality, that effective leaders follow that servant leadership mentality about how it's about adding profits by adding value to others. So adding profits to yourself by adding values to others. And understanding that how the key to receiving is giving. You know, you help enough other people get what they want and you'll eventually get what you want. And I understand that for a lot of people it might seem very contradictory. It means that, so I'm going to give more, pour from my cup into others, and eventually my cup will be refilled, which is exactly it. It's understanding that by raising others up, you'll eventually raise yourself up as well. See, you have to understand and look at it from a strong, effective leader will understand that it's about the whole team. It's about helping everybody achieve more. See, it's improper for one person to take credit when it takes so many people to build a successful organization, for example, or a successful team. You know, it's not just the leader and their work and effort they're putting in. It's all the people's collective work. Everybody working together. It's like any sort of machine of any kind. It's all the moving parts put together. It's not just one, not just the biggest, not just the strongest. You know, each and every part is required for that machine to work and run well. So, for example, when you try to be the top dog and you try to take credit for everything, you don't create loyalty. You know, you don't create a culture where people feel safe. They feel like it's a dog eat dog world. As soon as they can, I'll just step on that person to get ahead. Step on that person to get ahead. When understanding that the law of addition is about understanding that by helping others and creating that team mentality and helping everybody rise, you'll all rise together and you'll get far, far further than you would by yourself. Because eventually someone's going to step with the opposite mentality. Eventually someone will step on you in order to get ahead. So instead of looking at things in a position of how can I help others, too many people think that leadership is about how can I help myself. And when you look at some CEOs and heads of organizations that have these exorbitant salary packages, where they're making 200-300 times more than what anyone else is in the company, you can understand why some people feel that way. And I'm sure those CEOs and those leaders of those companies and organizations feel that the effort that they need to put in to run that company well, this is their fair compensation. But it's different ideas and philosophies for everybody. The irrefutable laws here with the law of addition, it talks about that if you help other people increase their own value, you will undoubtedly increase your own. And it's about that effective leadership, understanding that some of the most effective leaders in these Fortune 500 companies, for Costco, for example, is a great example. Their CEO and leader, he still knows as many people as he can on a first name basis, has an open door policy. He truly believes in paying all of his employees 40 to 50% more than the next biggest competitor. So he truly believes in that, helping add value to them. He believes that they should pay, especially in countries where you have to pay for Medicare, pay for any sort of hospital benefits and healthcare. He makes sure that they pay about 10% of what other companies would charge their employees. So he really believes and follows that law of addition. He believes if he helps enough other people get what they want, he will get what he wants. He believes that the happier a person is, the more productive they'll be. And the results have proven that his company has the lowest turnover of staff in any of the Fortune 500 companies in the world. Because of his law of addition, how he follows it. He follows that law. It's not just a rule for him, it's a law. It's unchanging, unnegotiable, irrefutable. And for him, it's worked. For him, he has such a culture of loyalty in that company. There's people that have been there, their entire careers that have, raised their children to come work there as well because of the sense of family that they have. But many people, or see leadership and see it as too many people in leadership positions can't give credit, and they seem to just only blame. They only ever seem to be focused on what they did personally, what achievements they should be recognized for. But when you understand that, like, if you can't give credit and take blame, can't give credit to people that are like doing the right things and take blame for things that you're doing wrong, you'll eventually drown in your inability to inspire. Because too many people will see that you are just, at the end of the day, you're someone that needs to be stepped on to step up. Instead of seeing it as like, this is the person that's going to help me rise, so I need to do what I can to help them because they're going to be helping me. It's just constant, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, everyone's back is scratched. That sense of team mentality and culture means the loyalty becomes so strong, the bonds are so strong that it's like people will fight tooth, nail, anything and everything down to their last breath for their company and for their leader. See, the bottom line in leadership isn't how far we advance ourselves, but how far we advance others. That's what the law of addition is about. It's about, many people view leadership the same way they view success. They basically see it as like they're hoping to go as far as they can based on their talents. Based on their own talents, their individual talents, they will see that that's their ticket to get them as far as they can. When it's the opposite's true. It's not just your talents, it's about understanding that the people around you and helping their talents grow, cultivating their talents, is how you're going to get as far as possible. It's how you're going to become, a powerful leader. Because when you have that mindset, of helping others cultivate their talent, everybody's always trying to help one another, so you get this amplification effect, and it multiplies, and you're not just the law of addition becomes more about a law of multiplication. You're not just adding one, you're multiplying each other's strengths. Understanding that it's better to be a person who makes things better for people who follow you. You've got to really have that mindset that it's all about, how can I help these people that are following me become better, become more, achieve more? When it's about understanding you need to be an adder, not a subtractor. Probably around 90% of people probably don't realise that they're unintentionally subtracting. They go there, speak cause negativity, vent and talk about all these problems and stuff, and don't actually add anything. They take. And then there's probably about 90% of people that are adders intentionally do it. They're aware that when they go to a conversation, they're consciously trying to add to this. They're constantly trying to add to this person positivity, solutions, how to improve and add value to this person. They basically take interest in creating positive impacts on others. Then, to understand that, I guess the other point I want to talk about there is understanding that the best place for a leader isn't always at the top position. It's not always about the most prominent position or even about the most powerful place. The best place for a leader is a place where they can serve and add the most value to people. See, great leadership means great service. It's about understanding that there's different specifics to different organizations, different groups, different teams and things like that. It might be a little bit subjectional, but the intention is always the same. It's always about what position do you need to be in that you can serve and help the most people in the most effective way. It's not, and if that's not at the top, if that's at the bottom, if that's, if it's a sport and if it's being someone on the sidelines, that's where a true leader will want to be. So when you break it all down and understand it all specifically, it's about leadership is about people. You've got to listen, you've got to learn what they want, what they need, and then lead based on that one. Dynamic leadership, tailored leadership, not just one size fits all. It's about, okay, what is it this person needs? You listen to it, learn it and understand it, and then act on it. See, the attitude of the leader affects the atmosphere of the office. So you're always setting the example. You're always, what you give to others is how the others will respond and react to others as well. So to summarize quickly, the law of addition is about understanding how leaders add value by serving others. It's about that servant mentality, servant leadership, about helping others become more, do more, achieve more. So the bottom line of leadership isn't about how far we advance ourselves, but how far we advance others. So always being aware of being an adder, not a subtractor. Intentionally trying to add value, add positivity, add solutions to anybody and everybody you meet and come across. So that means that the best place for a leader isn't always the top position. It's always about wherever they're going to be able to serve the most people. Because leadership is about people. It's all about those people that follow you and how well you can inspire them. Now, we'll be making a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. That's all for now though. So until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most. I look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.